When do we plan to start?
I think we could start any moment, Chairman. I think it's perhaps helpful just to go through the same things as we went through before, which is just to encourage people to switch off their microphones, because it does reduce the background.
Yeah, right, on that.
Bing, which tells us that somebody else wants to come in. So I'll continue to admit people if you'd like to start the meeting, Chairman.
Can we be assured that we won't be thrown out of the meeting like we were last time?
As long as we have reasonable behaviour from everyone, no one would be excluded from the meeting.
I was thrown out of the meeting. So was Councillor Birthill, so was Councillor Brewerton.
As a point of order, Chairman, could we start the
Again.
Chair.
Okay. I'll go for. Okay.
Chair.
We haven't started the meeting yet. Do you want to speak anyway?
Yes, I'd like to ask a point of order.
I'm in.
We're not in a meeting, so points of order are not.
When's it started yet? No.
Points of order apply during the debates, and I want to ask Jackie, was it you who quoted a point of order?
Yes, it was indeed.
Are you here as the proper officer?
I am here offering support to Handforth Parish Council in the conduct of this meeting this evening.
You're not the proper officer.
Is that as clerk or proper officer?
There's no difference between clerk and proper officer.
Of course there is.
Yes, there is.
You must know the basic law.
I would
have thought.
Are we going to start this meeting?
It isn't the role of somebody who, however kindly, volunteers to do the clerking for a meeting to act as a proper officer if they haven't so been appointed. That's against the law.
It's been called by
and let me also quote to you the standing orders of Handforth. Will you stop talking?
Unless we are prepared.
Will you please listen?
We'll go the same.
Will you please listen? Will you stop being whatever it is you're trying to be and just clerk the meeting if that's what you want to do? Points of order, according to our standing orders, are determined by the chair. If you want to raise a point of order as a councillor, you ask if you can raise a point of order, you state it, and then the chair decides. It is not for the clerk to raise a point of order. It is not for the clerk to decide a point of order. And you must be aware of that, or at least God knows what you're doing in your job if you're not aware.
Start this meeting.
It is.
Or shall we elect an alternative chairman?
Oh, hiya. I'm just in a meeting at the moment. Can I give you a call back when it finishes?
A good reason.
Okay, all right, bye.
So, Chairman, albeit late, shall we get this meeting started?
So,
Can't see Jackie Weaver.
Who's this woman? There.
Right, we'll start the meeting, and I want to repeat what I said at the beginning of the last meeting, that this meeting has not been called according to the law. The law has been broken.
It has been properly
Will you
called.
please let the chairman
Mrs. Weaver, please.
If you disrupt this meeting, I will have to remove you from it.
You can't.
It's only the chairman who can remove people from a meeting. You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
She's just kicked him out.
I
No, she's kicked him out. Don't. She's kicked him out. Don't.
This is a meeting called by two councillors.
Illegally?
They now elect a chairman.
No, they can't because the vice chair's here. I take charge. Read the standing orders. Read them and understand them.
Dear me.
Appalling behaviour.
Chairman gone.
A copy of this will, in fact, be sent to the monitoring officer.
I hope so.
Out of those people,
Where's the chairman?
we
Read
elect
the standing orders. It now reverts to me.
Where's the chairman gone?
Read the standing orders.
like to elect a chairman for this meeting.
You don't have to elect a chairman. There's a chairman already installed. The chairman of the council.
Councillor Burkle, we've been through this.
You don't. What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. The chairman of the council is the chairman of the
Council.
Yeah, I'm going to subpoena everybody.
Mr. Burfield, could I ask you to be respectful to Jackie Weaver, please?
Would now elect a
Here comes the subpoena.
chairman.
I want to leave. Just you go and out then. She's kicked Barry out, so I'm leaving. No, Barry. No, Barry has gone. Oh. Stay. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. Go on. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. Okay. We can't if you've got that. Oh, we just don't.
Jackie Weaver, I find that the person on Alec Brewerton's Zoom is being very disrespectful to everybody.
Oh, coming from you, from Birkenhead, that sounds good.
My first point is to apologise to Jackie, but welcome to handforth. May I start?
Indeed, it's nothing if not lively in handforth.
Yes, but what I would say is that it was a very good example of bullying within Cheshire East and the environs.
John, can I make a very, very quick point? Rich, coming from the chairman who hasn't held a meeting since March to try and call this one illegal. The man is a complete disgrace.
Okay, thank you, Peter. All right.
formulate an official reply to that letter.
Thank you, Roger. Yes, we will be. Sorry, we will be elaborating on that as well. Ian, you're muted.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you. Right.
I noted before the chairman departed from the meeting, the chairman of the council, I noted that his label on his video said clerk of Handforth Parish Council. Could anyone please clarify how that came about and whether that is in fact the case right now?
Thank you, Ian. I must admit, I didn't notice that.
I have a photograph of it.
I can only assume it was, did you say it was a badge or was it actually his tag on his laptop?
It's where, like you see Ian Ball on my video, it said Clark Handforth Parish Council on his.
Yes.
I have no idea how that has happened, and I'm, as far as I'm concerned, and any other councillors here this evening, he is not the clerk of parish council, whether or not he declares himself to be or not, or makes himself a badge that says I'm the clerk of parish council. My understanding is he cannot do it.
No,
it is not.
I also have an email from him saying that he has taken over as clerk of Handforth Parish Council.
I'd like to perhaps ask Jackie, if could you give us a chart view on this?
Yes, certainly, Chairman. Yes, most definitely. I did. Thank you. I did notice the moniker on the screen, and it did make it quite difficult putting names to whoever. But having followed this quite closely, the chairman simply declared himself clerk and notified everybody of the case, and the remaining members, quite correctly, have refused to recognise that that position. But as Councillor Smith says, I'm afraid there's no way of stopping him calling himself clerk.
Okay.
Please refer to me as Britney Spears from now on. We did, as you know, put the disruptive members into the waiting room. Are we minded to allow them to try to return to the meeting?
I'm afraid that I would be loath for that to happen because we've got work to get through, and I can only see everything being
even more disruptive.
I was surprised at the reaction of some of the people in the way that, certainly in the Brewerton household.
May I interject there, Chair?
Yes, certainly.
Would it be acceptable to send a message to them to say if they are prepared to come back and behave in the proper manner, then we would happily have them back in the meeting?
No, I'm against that, Sue, because they've already disrupted the planning.
Okay.
They've also disrupted the community. And what I felt really aggrieved at was the fact that someone in the Brewerton household sat there like a laughing hyena.
That actual...
Can we back?
Bear with me a second. I'm just looking for the papers. Which
I'll ask you to be put in. Please, could Alan Murdoch be brought back into the meeting?
Who's Alan Murdoch, please?
Yes, please.
No, who is Alan Murdoch?
It's a member of the public.
Member of the public, yes.
I've got Alan's iPad and Alan's
Yes, that's him.
Alan's iPad.
Yes.
Certainly.
Just excuse me, please.
Thank you.
Please give my apologies to his iPad.
No, mate, sorry, I didn't realise I was disruptive. I was being muted. How can I be disruptive when I'm muted?
You're always disruptive.
Just by looking at you.
The Neighbourhood Plan Steering Group has never formally been disbanded. As far as I'm concerned, it's still intact. However, I think it would be very easy to alter the constitution. No problem at all.
Okay. And Alan?
Yes, can I speak? Sorry, I didn't get a chance to make any comments on this because I was on the naughty step when we first had when we had public comments.
Is there any room on it?
No, not now. No.
Would you like to propose something, Sue?
Yeah, well, let's propose that we set up a subcommittee for that very thing.
Subcommittee of the steering group.
A subcommittee of the, yes. It would have to be a subcommittee of the planning and environment.
No,
I don't want it like that.
No.
Yes, it is important. I'd like to just check with Jackie is that ideal?
It really makes no difference. The day to the next sentence.
That would be hard to do because we haven't got access to it. We're blocked.
You've got we're blocked against what?
On the Handforth Parish website, we can't get on.
One of the councillors from the West Ward did not attend a meeting for 6 months. The last meeting that was attended was in November last year. So missed December, January, February and March, which was the last full HPC meeting. The fact that there were no meetings held is irrelevant. But that is why Ashley, I said his name there, that is why the clerk sent notification to the monitoring officer, to the, I will advise that the 3 members in the room this evening currently have made representations to the monitoring officer. The elements of the offence are summarised in Attorney General's reference, and it's referenced there. My personal opinion is that it's for political gain. Sue?
There's a member of the public wishes to speak.
Sorry?
Peter wishes to speak.
I hope yes.
I thought Rogers was a very measured and appropriate response, actually. I think he's quite right that you should respond individually.
Leave the room.
Stuck there.
Currently, I'm quite happy to just wait
I have never seen such a strongly worded letter from a monitoring officer to a local council. 25 years, I've never seen anything like it.
You've not been to Handforth often enough. Any more? Sorry, Jackie, say that again.
Just glad it's a Zoom meeting.
Yeah, because otherwise it's like that. Thank you, Jackie. Which is why we've been walking on eggshells since June.
I'd say glass. I wouldn't say eggshells. My feet are cut to ribbons.
That's if you're a Scouser.
Shut up. Yeah.
Okay. Ian, question.
You're muted, Ian.
You're muted.
Now you go.
There you go.
Good.
Severe lag on the system.
I think if this goes viral on the internet or Facebook, whatever, it's going to start a war of words.
I agree that we don't want to prejudice anything. We don't want a turf war breaking out.
It is not going to be finished this side of Christmas.
So that would get the flavour.
I think that's a very good compromise.
Yes, yes. Because then we are not. Peter.
Yeah, hand down. There is a vacancy.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm trying to choose my words. You know me, I'm not for words.
Can we make this recording available of the Zoom meeting?
I don't see why not, Chairman.
Of course.
That if you want to listen to my dulcet tones and get bored, then it's there and available, or will be.
Thank you.
That'd be interesting for other parties on the council to hear it.
Good. Oh, we're done now.
Do we have a proposal?
Okay. Any?
The second Tuesday in January. Don't know what the date is. I haven't got my diary in front of me, sorry.
It's 11th.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
And thank you again.
Very much.